Good morning students. Welcome to the video session. In this video session we are going to discuss some questions which are on the basis of ammeter and voltmeter reading. So if you are visiting this channel for the first time, then you can watch this complete video, and after watching, if you find it useful, then you can like this video. If you find the video useful, then you can share this video with your friends who are studying in the class 10th. And for the further updates, because sometimes I will upload the video for class 10th also, so whenever I will upload the video, you will be notified about it if you will subscribe to this channel. So you can like this video, you can share this video with your friends, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel so that whenever I will upload a new video, you will be notified. So without wasting any time, let's start with the very first question. The very first question is on your screen, and the question is asking, you can note down the question, because question I have not written the question here, only diagram is available there. So in this question, question number 1, you have to determine firstly you have to determine what is the name of device X, what is the name of device Y, and find the reading in X and Y. So this is the first question. I am repeating the question, you can note down. The first question is saying, find the device X and Y, means what is the name of device X, what is the name of device Y, and find the reading in X and Y. So this is question number 1. Now we are going to solve this one. So students, here you can see this device X is connected parallel with respect to this 5 ohm resistance. X is connected parallel with respect to 5 ohm resistance. So you know which device is connected always in parallel. So voltmeter is connected always in parallel with respect to a resistance. If we have to find some voltage drop, let's suppose some voltage is dropping here, some voltage will drop here, that voltage we have to measure, and if we have to measure that voltage, then we will connect voltmeter in parallel. So that means if I connect X device here, then X device is said to be voltmeter. So firstly you have to identify the devices. Sometimes he will name it, sometimes the examiner will name these devices, but sometimes he write X, Y, Z like this one. So X is what? X is voltmeter here, and Y is what? Y is ammeter here, because here some current will be flowing. I will discuss the whole question, don't worry. Some current will be flowing there, and that current Y has to measure, and the device which measure the current, that will be equal to, that is ammeter. So firstly, in the first step you have to note down that X is voltmeter and Y is ammeter. Now I am also changing their names. So that we can also change. So now we can change the question. Okay, leave it. We know X is voltmeter and Y is ammeter. This is enough. After that, students, let's suppose current I is coming from the battery. I current is coming from the battery. Let's name it as current I. So same current will flow through this 5 ohm resistance, because through the this is X device and this is voltmeter. So voltmeter has infinite resistance, so that's why voltmeter will draw zero current. No current will flow on the voltmeter side. So from this point onward, current will be divided into two parts. We can say some current will flow in this direction. Let's name it as I1, and some current will flow in this direction, which is, let's suppose, I2. This is I1 and I2. Then on this point both the currents will meet again, and the same current will flow, the combined current which was I earlier, which was the current that is coming from the battery. Like this is the current I. On after this point, current will be divided into two parts, I1 and I2. Then further at this point both the currents will combine, I1 and I2. Then this current will be obviously I. So this is the, students, this is the complete circuit diagram. Now see this resistance, because current is divided here, this 10 ohm resistance will be in parallel with this 10 ohm resistance. So now I have to combine these two resistances. What I am saying that this is 10 ohm resistance, this 10 ohm resistance will be in parallel with this 10 ohm resistance, so I have to combine these two. Now see the next diagram. So the next diagram will be this is the battery here, this is the battery. After the battery I have one resistance of 5 ohm, that is this one. Let's suppose this is 5 ohm, and then I have the resistance of 10 and 10. When two 10 ohm resistances in parallel will combine, then it will give me 5 ohm. So it will be 1 by 10 plus 1 by 10. So when two resistances of 10 ohm will combine in parallel, then it will give me 10 and 10 will give me 5 ohm. So now see what will happen. This is the 5 ohm resistance, this is 10, this is also 5 ohm. Two resistances of 10 ohm and 10 ohm in parallel will combine and give me 5 ohm. This is 20 volt battery, this is 20 volt battery. Now this is 5 ohm. Let's suppose current I is flowing through this resistance, then obviously you can see same current will flow through this next 5. So now you can say this 5 is in series with this 5. So that means now the next diagram I can draw. 5 and 5 will be in series, so they will be combined and they will give me 10 ohm. So basically students, I am telling the firstly all steps. After that I will tell you how to find the reading in voltmeter and ammeter. So this is the complete circuit diagram. Now this is the last step. When this 5 and this 5 will combine and it will give 10 ohm. So this will be the now this will be the net resistance. The net resistance will be 10 and it will be 20 volt. So now you can find the current which is coming from the battery. Now you can find the total current which is coming from the battery, students. The total current which is coming from the battery, we can write it as I. I will be equal to total voltage, total battery voltage, that is 20, divided by total effective resistance, that is, obviously you can see resistance is 10. So 20 by 10, 2 ampere is the amount of current which is flowing from battery. You can note down this step. 2 ampere is the amount of current that is flowing from the battery. Now what you have to find? You have to find the reading of this voltmeter. Reading of this device X is voltmeter. So some voltage will drop here, some voltage will drop across this 5 ohm resistance. So let's write it as V1. So V1 will be equal to I into R1, because same current is flowing, the current which is coming from the battery, same current is flowing through this 5 ohm. So that means V1 is equal to I into R1. V1 is equal to I into R1, where R1 is 5 ohm. So V1 is equal to 5 into 2, that is equal to 5 is the value of resistance and 2 is the amount of current. So 5 into 2, this will be equal to 10 volt. So this is equal to 10 volt. So students, in this question we have to find two things. Firstly, we have to identify the devices. So X device is voltmeter and the reading of X will be equal to 10 volt. 10 volt voltage out of this 20 volt voltage, because battery contains how much voltage? Battery contains 20 volt. So battery contains 20 volt. Out of 20, 10 volt will drop across this voltmeter. So this voltmeter will give me the reading of 10 volt. After that, students, next 10 volt will drop across this 10 ohm, because in parallel combination voltage drop will be same. But this thing is not asked. He has not asked about the voltage drop across this resistance or voltage drop across this resistance. That thing is not asked, so we are not going in that matter. Then we have to see this current will be combined again. So this current is again 2 ampere. The current which is coming through device Y, that is 2 ampere. And Y is which device? Y is ammeter. So students, the two things that we have to find. Firstly, we have to find the reading of device X. So reading of device X will be 10 volt, that is voltmeter, and the reading of voltmeter will be 10 volt. Then Y is what? Y is ammeter, and the reading of this ammeter will be equal to 2 ampere. So with this, this question is over. You can note down every step. If you are watching this video for the first time, if you are watching this channel, visiting this channel for the first time, then you can like, share and subscribe to our channel, so that whenever I will upload some new video, then you will be notified. If you have any doubt in any step, then you can drop the message, so that I will try to clear your that doubt. So if any doubt you have, then you can ask in the comment box, or you can ask on my number. So this is all regarding the first question. Now we are moving to the next one, that is question number 2. So this is the another easy question. You can pause this video. You can pause this video and try this question. You can pause this video and try this question. Firstly, identify the device A, B and C. Then find the reading of A, B and C device. I hope you can try. So now I am going to solve it. You can verify your answer or you can check your mistake if you have done anywhere. So this is the battery of 20 volt connected here. Let's suppose some current I is coming. Device A is connected. Device A is connected with parallel to 3 ohm resistance. You can check here. Wait. This 3 ohm device, 3 ohm resistance is connected with A in this way. So that means A is connected parallel to 3 ohm, B is connected parallel to 5 ohm and this C is connected in series. So students, whenever you will see series device, a series device is connected with any resistance or it is connected in any circuit. The series device is always ammeter. The parallel device like A is connected parallel here, B is connected parallel here. So the parallel device is always voltmeter, parallel instrument that is connected for reading, that is voltmeter. A is voltmeter, B is voltmeter here and C is ammeter here. Note down. A is voltmeter, it will read reading V1 which will be the voltage drop across this 3 ohm. It will read the reading V2 which will be the voltage drop across this 5 ohm resistance. Now C will read the current which will be flowing through this circuit. So this is the question basically. Firstly we have to identify the devices. So the devices are A device is voltmeter, B device is voltmeter, C device is ammeter. Now we are going to solve this question. See the question carefully now. See the question carefully now. Let's suppose current I is coming from the battery. Then you can check. This is same current will be flowing through 3 ohm. Same current will be flowing through 5 ohm. And same current will be flowing through this 2 ohm resistance. Then same current will be flowing through C and same current will be flowing through this portion like this is I. So students, now you can see same current is flowing through 3 resistances. That means that 3 resistances will be obviously in which combination? They will be in series combination, because in series combination same current will flow. So now we can combine these 3. Simply we can combine these 3. This is positive terminal, this is negative terminal of battery. When we will combine 3 ohm resistance, 5 ohm resistance, 3 plus 5 that is 8, 8 plus 2 10. So when we combine these 3 resistances, we will get the resistance as equivalent resistance as 10 ohm. So this will be the equivalent resistance. This is battery of 20 volt. This is equivalent resistance 10 ohm. So now you can find the current again. Find the total current which is coming from the battery. In the same case, earlier case, you can check here. I will be equal to 20 by 10, so I will be equal to 20 by 10. That means current which is coming from the battery, that will be equal to 2 ampere. Firstly note down this step. Firstly we have to find the total current which will be coming from the battery, so that current will be equal to 2 ampere. Now the next step is, so we can say the reading of we can find the reading, we can say the reading of C will be equal to, because it was ammeter and it was measuring the value of current I, so the reading of C will be equal to 2 ampere. It is ammeter and the reading of this ammeter will be equal to 2 ampere. I hope step is clear. We have calculated the reading of device C. So now we have to find the reading of device A and B, which both are voltmeter. So some voltage will drop here. Let's name it as V1. So V1 is equal to I into R1. I we know I is 2. So 2 into 3, 3 2 is the 6 volt. So 6 volt voltage will drop across this 3 ohm resistance. This is 5 ohm resistance, 2 ampere current is flowing through it. So 5 into 2, 10 volt will drop here. 10 volt voltage will drop here. You can note down the step. V1 equal to I into R1, that is I will be 2, 2 into 3 is equal to 6 volt. Then let's name it as V2. V2 is the voltage drop across 5 ohm resistance, so that will be equal to I into R2. So 5 into 2, that will be 10 volt. Then you can check the voltage drop across this 2 ohm also, but it is not asked. So 2 into 2, that will be 4 volt. So 2 into 2, 4 volt. So students, basically all the voltage that is of battery, this battery has 20 volt, so 20 volt will be divided into 3 parts in series circuit: 6 volt, 10 volt and 4 volt. Now the what examiner has asked, he has asked about the reading of this device. So device A will measure, it will measure the voltage of, it is voltmeter and it will measure the voltage, that will give me voltage reading 6 volt. Device B is also voltmeter because it is connected in parallel, and this device will measure the reading of 10 volt. And the third thing that we have to find in this question was, we have to find the reading of this device C. So device C will measure the current, that is 2 ampere. I hope students this question is more easy, so that's why I have taken the series combination direct question, so that you can understand the question. If still you have any doubt, then you can ask in the comment box, you can drop a message to me. If you find that this video is useful, if you find that this video is useful to you, then you can share this video, you can like this video, so that you will get this as in your playlist. You can like this video, you can share this video, and you can further subscribe to our channel, so that whenever we will upload a new video, then you will be notified about that video. This is all about the second question. You can take the screenshot, or you can note down this question in your notebook. Now we have to move to the next question. You can note down this. Okay, now we are moving to the next question. The next question is question number 3 that will be on your screen. So question number 3 is on your screen, and in the question number 3 the examiner is asking about the name of device X, the name of device Y, and the name of device Z, and in the examination he has asked what is the voltage of this battery. This battery has a voltage, so we have to find that voltage V. This reading is given, the reading of device Y is given, that is 0.5 ampere. The reading of device Y is given, that is 0.5 ampere. The reading of Z we have to find, the reading of X we have to find, and the voltage of battery we have to find. So you can try this question. I will discuss this after 1 minute. So I hope you can try this question. After 1 minute I am going to discuss this one, so you can pause the video and try this question. I hope you have tried this question by pausing this video, but if you have not done that thing, you can pause the video and try this one. Okay, let's start the discussion now. Students, you know one thing that this 6 ohm resistance is in parallel with this 3 ohm. Let's suppose from battery some current is coming. Let's discuss this question from the beginning. Let's suppose some current is coming from the battery, that is current I. Current I is coming from the battery. Same current I will flow through this device X. Same current I will flow through this device X. Then from this point onwards, current will be divided into two parts. Some current will flow through 6 ohm. Some current will flow in this 6 ohm resistance. Let's name it as I1. And some current will flow through this 3 ohm. Let's name it as I2. So some current will be flowing through the 6 ohm resistance, that is I1, and some current will be flowing through 3 ohm resistance, that is I2. Now students, you know this I1 reading is given to us. The current which is flowing in the upper portion, that reading is given to me, that is 0.5 ampere. Now which concept you will implement? Think about it. Think what we can do. We don't know the battery voltage. How can we find the reading in Y, in Z? So you know what concept, that when the two resistances are in parallel, like you can see this 6 ohm is parallel with respect to this 3 ohm. So whenever two resistances are in parallel combination, they have same voltage drop. Whenever the two resistances are in series, they have same current. Whenever the two resistances are in parallel combination, so that means this 6 is parallel with respect to this 3. So same voltage drop across this 6 ohm, same voltage drop. So let's write it as V1. So if V1 is the voltage drop across 6 ohm, V2 is the voltage drop across this 3 ohm. V2 is the voltage drop across this 3 ohm, then the value of V1 and V2 will be same. Same voltage will drop in parallel combination. So that means the value of V1 will be equal to V2. So V1 we can find, V1 we know V1 will be equal to I into R1, I1 into R1. So now I1 into R1 we know R1 value is 6 ohm. So I1 into 6, this is what, this is voltage V1. V1 is equal to I1 into R1. This is equal to, we know the value of I1 also. So let's write here. Firstly write I1 into R1 equal to I2 into R2. So I am writing these all steps because you are junior, you are not higher class students, so I cannot miss any step. So this is I1 into R1 equal to I2 into R2. I1 we know it is 6. R1 I1 we know I1 is equal to 0.5. So this is 0.5 into value of R1, that is 6. So 0.5 into 6 is equal to I2 we don't know, I2 we have to find, but we know R2, so R2 is equal to 3. So finally in the next step we can find I2. I2 will be equal to 6 into 0.5, this will be also equal to 3. So 3 by 3, 3 by 3. So value of current that is coming, that is I2, that will be equal to 1 ampere. So I2 current will be equal to 1 ampere. You can note down this step. If any doubt is there, then you can ask about that doubt. So value of current will be 1 ampere. Value of current I2. Where is the current I2? You can check here. This is the current which is I2. So this current is 1 amperes. So students, you can check here. Two currents are coming towards this point. This is current of 0.5 ampere. This is current of 1 ampere. So these two will combine and the current of 1.5 will flow in this direction. The current which is coming to the battery, that will be obviously 1.5 ampere. That will be obviously 1.5 ampere. Or you can check here, you can see here, from this point onward the current is divided into two parts. From this point onward the current is divided into two parts. One part I1, that is equal to 0.5 ampere. One part I2, that means that is 1 ampere. So that means from the previous part the current which was coming from the battery will be 1.5 ampere. So the current which was coming from the battery will be equal to 1.5. Then only 0.5 will flow in this direction, 1 ampere will flow in this direction, total current 1.5 ampere. So now students, we got all the answers now, but still something is pending. If we have to find the voltage, battery voltage, that is pending. So now you can note down three things. I am writing that three things step by step here. Here I am writing the three things. Firstly, note down that device X is ammeter device X is ammeter because current is flowing through it. Obviously it is not connected with parallel with respect to any resistance, so it will be ammeter. So device X will be ammeter. You can note down device X will be ammeter, and the reading in X will be equal to 1.5 ampere. So reading in X will be equal to 1.5 ampere. You can note down this step. Now note down the reading of Y was given. So we are not supposed to find it. So it was 0.5 ampere. Clear? Then you can note down the reading of Z device, that is also ammeter. So reading of Z will be equal to how much current, I2 current is flowing through it, and we have calculated I2 equal to 1 ampere. So you can note down this step also. So device Z is equal to ammeter, and the reading in Z is equal to 1 ampere. So this is everything regarding this question, but battery voltage is pending. So now we will discuss how to find the battery voltage. So you can note down up to this point. You can note down up to this point. So now I am raising the board. Okay, we have seen 3 volt is dropping here. 3 volt, 6 into 0.5, that is 3 volt. We have calculated it. And obviously 1 ampere current is flowing through this portion. We have calculated that. So 3 volt will obviously drop here. So students, whenever the two resistances are connected in parallel, same voltage will drop across it. So if we have calculated the voltage drop in above, then the below one will be also same. Now this is 2 ohm resistance. So we have calculated the current which is flowing through this 2 ohm, that was 1.5 ampere. So 1.5 ampere current is coming from the battery. Now you can check, some voltage will drop across this 2 ohm also. Some voltage will drop across this 2 ohm also. So that is 2 into 1.5, that is also 3 volt. So students, this is the parallel combination. So this 3 volt, some voltage, this is 3 volt dropping here. So 3 volt is dropping in this circuit, 3 volt here. So that means 3 plus 3, total voltage of battery will be equal to 6 volt. The total voltage of battery will be equal to 6 volt. So 6 volt will be the voltage that the battery have. So what step I have to do? You have to check the voltage drop. 3 volt will drop here, 3 volt will drop here, because this is parallel combination. So we can say in this circuit, in simple words, we can say across this circuit, across this resistance of 6 ohm and 3 ohm, across this box 3 volt will drop. Sorry, across this circuit, yes, across this box 3 volt will drop, and 3 volt will drop across this 2 ohm resistance. So 3 plus 3, total voltage of battery will be equal to 6 volt. Students, if you find it any doubt in finding the voltage of this battery, then you can drop the message, because this is not a time to waste some time here. We have already discussed the question, we have discussed the reading of Z, the reading of X. So still we have calculated the battery voltage. If still you have any doubt, then you can drop the message. I will try to clear your that doubt. So this is all from question number 3. If you find it useful, then you can share this question with your friends. So this is the next question. This is question number 4, and this is also important question. So now students, we are going to discuss this question. Let's see how to solve this one. From the battery, some current is coming. Let's name it as I. From this point onward, current will be divided into two parts. Let's suppose I1 current is flowing here. I1 current will be flowing here, and I2 current will be flowing here. Then from this point onward, the current is again divided into two parts. This current I2, let's name it as I3. It is I3, and this is I4. So now you can easily guess which resistances are in series and which are in parallel. So students, you can see from here, this resistance of 10 ohm will be in parallel with this resistance of 10 ohm. So in the next step I will combine these two, don't worry. So the next step for question will be, okay, firstly you have to identify the devices X and Y. So X is a device which will measure the current which is coming from this side. It will measure the current, that will be I2. I2 current will be flowing there. At this point I3 and I4 again combine, and the same current I2 will be flowing through device X. So device X is ammeter, because it is used to measure the current. So device X is ammeter. Then device Y is also connected in series. So this is also the device which will measure the current. So it will measure the current I1, and the device Y is also ammeter. So both X and Y are ammeter in this question, and now we have to find the reading of X and reading of Y. So without wasting any time, let's start the question. Firstly, we have to combine these two resistances which are of 10 ohm and 10 ohm, because they are in parallel combination. So we have connected these two resistances of 10 ohm will give me 5 ohm resistance. You can do that step at your end. Now we have the device, that is X. This is the X device, and this is another resistance of 20. Okay, this is a Y. So this is Y device. Then we have combine these X and Y. Then we have battery, positive, negative. Okay, then we have another resistance there, 6 ohm. This is the another resistance which is present there, and this is 6 ohm. Okay, now let's discuss this question. Students, this voltage is equal to 5 volt. This resistance is equal to 5 ohm. Now this 10 and this 10 will combine. 10 and 10 in parallel will give me 5 ohm. This resistance is of 20 ohm. So this is the resistance of 20 ohm. This is 6 ohm. So battery is of 10 volt. So now students, you can check this 5 ohm will be in parallel with this 20. We will discuss later on about X and Y. About the reading of X and Y we will discuss later on. So this 5 and this 20, these two will be in parallel combination. So we have to solve these two. So 1 by 5 plus 1 by 20. So when I will solve it, I will get 5 by 20. Okay, 1 by 20 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 20. This will be equal to 5 by 20, that will be equal to 1 by 4. That will be equal to 1 by 4. That means after combining this 5 and 20, I will get the resistance of 4 ohm. So you can note down this step. You can note down this step. By combining 5 and 20, I will get the resistance equal to 4 ohm. So that means the next step will be, we can write the next step, 4 ohm resistance. This is the 4 ohm resistance. I am just eliminating device X and Y because they will create some problem in the circuit when we have to find the series and parallel. कहीं पे कोई problem ना आए इसलिए I have removed that one. So this is 6 ohm. Okay, now see, this is 4 ohm resistance which is obtained using the parallel combination of 5 and 20. This is 6 ohm resistance and this is the battery of 10 volt. So now students, you can see this 4, same current will be flowing through this 4 ohm, same current will be flowing through this 6 ohm. So that means now 4 and 6 will be in series combination. Now this 4 ohm resistance and 6 ohm resistance will be in series combination. So we will add these two. So resistance will be equal to 10 after this step. Then we have to find the value of I, that is total current coming from battery. So total current coming from battery will be equal to 10 volt divided by 10 ohm. So current which is coming from the battery, that will be equal to 1 ampere. So 1 ampere is the amount of current that is coming from the battery. Now students, you can check here. Some voltage will drop across this 6 ohm because it is series combination. So 6 volt, 1 ampere current is coming to the battery again. So 6 volt will drop across this 6 ohm resistance. 6 volt will drop across this 6 ohm resistance. Then from this point onwards, okay, remaining voltage is 4 volt. Total voltage is 10 volt. 6 volt is dropping here. Then remaining voltage is obviously 4 volt. So that means 4 volt is the voltage that will drop across this 20 ohm. 4 volt is the voltage that will drop across this 20 ohm resistance, and same 4 volt voltage will drop across this 10 ohm resistance, is because these two are in parallel. So in parallel combination voltage is same. So this 20 ohm is also parallel with this combination. So 4 volt will drop in both the branches. Now see how to find the value of current I1. This was the current I1. So I1 will be equal to I1 into R1, that will be equal to 5 volt. V is equal to IR, sorry, this is equal to 4 volt. So I into R1 equal to 4. So I1 will be equal to 4 by 20. So that is equal to 0.2. So 0.2 current is flowing through this portion. So I1 is equal to 0.2 it is equal to 0.2 ampere. Now students, you can check 4 volt is dropping here, so this current will be, you can find this current I3 and I4. You can find this current I3 and I4. Their value will be equal to 0.4. You can check this by using similar relation. So this current will be 0.4, this current will be 0.4. So that means if 0.4 and 0.4 is there, that means from this point onward current is divided into two parts, 0.4, 0.4. So that means from this point onward the current which was coming was 0.8 ampere. Now students, you can check the condition from this point onward also. From this point onward current is divided into two parts. One part is flowing in this direction, that is 0.2 ampere. One part is flowing in this direction, that is 0.8. That means all the conditions are satisfied. You can verify the results. 0.8 is flowing here, 0.2 is flowing on this side. That means total current which is coming from the battery is obviously 1 ampere, that we have seen here. We have calculated it earlier. This here you can see. So 1 ampere current is coming from the battery, first thing. Second thing, 0.8 ampere current is flowing in the upper branch. Then it is divided into 0.4 and 0.4. So that means X is the device which is ammeter, and this device will obviously measure which value? It will measure the value of 0.8 ampere current. So this is the value that this ammeter will read. So this ammeter will read 0.8 ampere. You can note down this step. Now let's discuss about Y. So Y is also the ammeter device, and it will measure the value that will flowing through this 20 ohm. So through this 20 ohm current of 0.2 ampere is flowing. So that means 0.2 ampere reading is given by this ammeter. So this will give me 0.2. Students, let's suppose another device here. I am just assuming it for your clarification. If it contains another device here and its name is like Z, then it will be also ammeter because it is connected in series, and that Z will measure obviously the total current which is going back, that was 1 ampere. So if there will be Z, then it will give the reading of 1 ampere. So this is all about the fourth question. If you have still any doubt in any question, we have done 4 questions here. If you have any doubt in any of the 4 questions, then you can drop the message, or you can comment in this in the comment section, so that we can try to clear your that doubt. This is all from today. In the next video we will try with some other questions. We will take some other questions. We will discuss the next topic, that will be Joule's law of heating and its application. So in that video we will discuss that topic. So this is all from today's session. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a nice day ahead. If you find this video useful, you can like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye students.